Welcome aboard Amtrak's Mardi Gras service. Today, I'll be taking the train from Bay St. Louis, Mississippi to Mobile, Alabama. I'm going to show you how you can enjoy a great day trip filled with delicious food, amazing sights and historical attractions, and of course, the train ride itself. Well, good morning, YouTube people. Time is now 7:45. Train leaves at 8:59, which means I got about an hour and 15 minutes before setting off on this adventure. And I'm hungry. So I'm here in downtown Bay St. Louis, and I'm going to the Mockingbird Cafe to grab some breakfast. That place was really good. So if you're gonna do this trip, stop by the Magnolia Cafe. Grab a spot of breakfast. I had the biscuits and gravy, as you saw. It was delicious. So while this is the inaugural run of the Mardi Gras train, or the return of the Mardi Gras train, keep in mind, Amtrak used to run all the way from Los Angeles to Jacksonville through all these cities that I'm about to go through. But then Hurricane Katrina took out the tracks, and this area has been without passenger train service for about 20 years. In fact, it's almost 20 years to the day. Katrina rolled through August 29th of 2005. It is now August 18th of 2025. This will be the first passenger train to roll down these tracks since that day. Well, I say that. You see, they did an inaugural train ride on Saturday. Problem is, you couldn't buy tickets. It was for local politicians and all the people from the Southern Rail Commission that made this train possible. And there was lots of parties and bands and all that kind of stuff, which I'm hoping for the first passenger train today, where you can actually get a ticket, that they have some sort of special stuff, because wouldn't it be a shame that they only threw all those parties for those folks and not for us paying customers? I guess we'll see. It is a Monday morning, so I guess the reason they did it on a Saturday, but why not just let us buy tickets on Saturday? I would have done this on Saturday. Oh well, enough farting around. Let's get over there to the station. This trip is kind of twofold. Obviously, I wanted to be on the first passenger run, but I'm also doing some recon. See, my wife and I are going to do this trip on our anniversary in a couple of months. So, trying to see what there is to do in Mobile, see what good places to eat. So as far as my plan today, I don't really have one. Well, kind of. So, it is August in South Mississippi / Alabama. It's going to be hot. So it's going to consist of a lot of darting in and out of air-conditioned spaces, and all within walking distance of the station. So if you decide to do this trip, I'm going to show you some of the things that you can see without having to get into a car and drive anywhere. That said, it is a Monday morning, so some of the places that I was thinking about going, they're all closed. So we'll go by them. I'll show them to you. Just won't be able to go inside. But for now, let's head inside the station and see what there is to see. So anyone that's taken Amtrak before will tell you, delays are just part of the experience. That said, this delay was not Amtrak's fault. You see, there was a truck that high-centered in Gulfport and held up the westbound train for about 45 minutes. The benefit of that is we got to see the westbound train come by before we left. On this particular route, Amtrak shares the rails with CSX. So we got to see this CSX freight train go by. Finally, after much delay, our train to Mobile pulled into the station.
Are you coming with us?
Yes, ma'am. Thanks.
All right, on the board.
Well, I know one day you get over here. Jump in here right fast. We get out of Mackenzie's way. Okay.
I never wear a button shirt.
That part is like,
Excuse me.
I've never seen it on the
Ladies and gentlemen, all passengers who just joined us here in Bay St. Louis Station, welcome aboard to the Mardi Gras 2024. When you get a chance, please read the safety instructions where you will locate your seat back in front of you.
I was hoping to get a seat on the south side of the train, but they were all full.
All emergency exit windows and exit doors. Shoes must be worn at all times. As you walk through the vestibule, hold on to the red and white king stripe handrails. As you walk through the aisle, hold on to the seat.
I'm going with real open mind. It's going to be great. It's better than Baton Rouge menus, right? It's hot out.
So is this something you would do otherwise? Or?
Welcome to Mobile.
The inaugural ride.
Yes,
Go
sir.
check out my restaurant.
Thank you, thank you. So there wasn't a whole lot of fanfare on the train, or even at Bay St. Louis, but Mobile sure knows how to throw a welcome party. We have made it to downtown Mobile. My watch says that it is 90 degrees, and in the sun, you feel every last one of them. So I'm gonna walk by some, hopefully a little bit of interesting stuff on my way to grab some lunch. Now the name of the place that I decided to go eat is called Dauphin's Fine Casual Dining. Seems like a contradiction in terms. And they do have a dress code, but it did say that dress shorts were allowed. Not exactly sure what a dress short is, but I do have a collared shirt and I'm wearing some khaki shorts, so hopefully they let me in this place. I mean, come on, it's Monday and it's lunchtime. How picky could you be? We'll find out. Try and find some shade to walk in. It's toasty out here. Almost there. There's a reason that I wanted to go to this restaurant, and it's because it is on the 34th floor. We're going to a rooftop restaurant. The view from Dauphin's was amazing. You could even see the SS United States, which is being prepared to become an artificial reef. And let's not forget about the iron horse that got us here. Another cool attraction to see in Mobile is the World War II battleship, the USS Alabama. one of the places that I really wanted to check out is the Phoenix Fire Museum. But sadly, being a Monday, several things are closed. That's one of them. Another time, Phoenix Fire Museum. Another time. I'll tell you one thing I've noticed wandering around here. Mobile sure does have a lot of city parks, little spaces, just a whole block here and there. Dedicated green space with fountains. It's pretty cool. Spanish Plaza. Would it be unacceptable to jump into the fountain? Probably so. Pelican dream though, right? So as I mentioned earlier, Mobile is the birthplace of the American Mardi Gras celebration. Well, they even have a Mardi Gras museum. And it's open Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Well, normally it is. Sadly, it is undergoing renovation and is closed until sometime in October. So, here it is from the outside. Another time. Coming up on the Admiral Hotel. Pretty interesting history here. And I'll get to check it out in November. Like I said, on the train, my wife and I will come down here for our anniversary this year. And that's where we're gonna stay. So make sure you check that out when we come back in November. Circle back around near the Bankhead Tunnel and the Mobile History Museum, as well as the Mardi Gras Square. And I'm headed towards the Explorium Science Center. Pretty sure it's open today, but it's 3:30. Train leaves at 4:30, so I think I'm just gonna kind of mill about in there for a moment, soak up the AC. It's pretty much directly across the street from the train platform. Wouldn't even call it a station, just a platform, and head out from there. So much for the AC. New plan, don't have one. I don't know, figure it out. Whew. All right. So I ended up hiding inside of the Mobile Renaissance Hotel for a good 20 minutes, cooled down a bit, soaked up some AC. Very conveniently located. Directly across the street from the train. So before I head out, I was going to point out one more convenient feature of this train station, train platform, whatever you want to call it, place where the train stops in Mobile. It is right next to the Carnival Terminal. So if you want to leave Mobile on a Carnival cruise and you live somewhere along the Mardi Gras train route, it seems like a pretty good idea, you know? Ride the train over here. It's not a very far walk. I'm gonna walk it for you. Hop on board your cruise. You don't have to worry about it. I don't think that the train would ever be so late, that you would actually miss your cruise, but don't quote me on that. We were about 45 minutes late this morning. So I think I could board the train about 30 minutes before departure. It's currently 37 minutes before departure. But I'm going to show you just how close this cruise terminal is. There's a little bit of a hiccup to my plan. I don't know how much farther I would have to walk to get to a place where you could cross the tracks, but you know, there's these pesky railroad tracks in the way. But that is the Carnival Cruise Terminal, and if you want to know how close it is to the Amtrak station, it's that close. And yet so far away. Still seems quite feasible to get off the train, maybe grab a, couldn't be more than a $5 Uber with tip, to jump right over to the cruise terminal and board your cruise. Just a thought. See people standing, waiting to get on board. Don't think they're letting us on just yet. Some news outlets capturing the moment. Should I photobomb him? Nah. Looks like he's waiting. They may be going live. Maybe I should photobomb him. Hoping that they let us on soon. Came over here on coach, going home on business. See what that's like. Thankfully, I was able to get a window seat on the south side of the train for the return trip. On our way out of Mobile, we got an up-close view of the SS United States. She looks a lot different in August than she did in April. If you'd like to see that video, I'll put a link in the description. What an adventure. All right, so final thoughts. Mobile, great place to visit. The Dauphin Fine Casual Dining Restaurant on the 34th floor. Man, that is definitely a place to go. If you're wondering what I paid, there's been some discussion about how much people pay for these tickets. Talked to some friends that were on board. It varied for sure. There were some articles talking about $15 per way, and I think that was all the way from New Orleans to Mobile. Now I think you can get those rates, but it seemed like people that had larger groups were able to get that sort of discount. I paid $23 for my trip to Mobile, and I was going to pay $70 coach to ride back. Now I kept checking the Amtrak out periodically, and eventually the prices went down. So if you get the fully refundable ticket, you can swap it out. So I swapped out for a cheaper business class ticket. That's why I went to there on coach and back in business. So comparison between business and coach. So I don't think it's worth the money. The seats were about the same. The train wasn't crowded this go around. I don't know if that's going to change. I would think the first day it would be more crowded, but it is a Monday. So remains to be seen what a Saturday looks like. Our trip in November will be on a Saturday, so we'll see how that goes. But from Bay St. Louis to Mobile on the train to spend a day or a night in Mobile, it's definitely worth it. So you're probably watching this a few days after the first day of the Mardi Gras train. Editing takes time, and well, I gotta go to work tomorrow, so it's probably going to be a few days before I get this all edited out, do my voiceovers and those sorts of things. So hopefully the interest of the train sticks around for a little while, and you found this and enjoyed it. And if you did, I'm glad you did. And I would really appreciate it if you could hit like on this video, maybe subscribe. I have more adventures coming. Thanks for watching.